as tensions in the Middle East escalate and the region edges dangerously close to a potential full-scale conflict. New details have emerged about how the United States is preparing to counter Iran's most advanced and lethal drones. In a show of readiness, the U.S. military recently conducted its Sentry South 26.1 training exercises in Savannah, Georgia, as part of growing preparations amid rising hostilities with Iran. The intense drills took place between January 15th and 31st, bringing together more than 75 aircraft from various branches of the U.S. Armed Forces for comprehensive coordination and tactical response training. Throughout the high-stakes exercises, American pilots engaged in simulated missions where they practiced intercepting and neutralizing targets designed to mimic Iran's notorious Shahed series drones. According to official reports, the U.S. military considered it absolutely essential to sharpen its ability to track, intercept, and destroy these agile unmanned aerial vehicles before they can threaten American or Allied forces. News of these critical defense exercises was first reported by the prominent military outlet The War Zone on February 2nd, drawing significant attention from defense analysts and global observers. To make the training as realistic as possible, the US chose to use specialized aircraft known as KX-2 planes, chosen for their close resemblance to both cruise missiles and unmanned aerial vehicles. The KX-2 is purpose-built to be small, slow, and stealthy, sharing key aerodynamic and radar characteristics with modern combat drones used by Iran and its proxies. Its lightweight Rotax engine closely mirrors the type of propulsion system typically found in Iranian-origin UAVs, giving pilots a true-to-life experience during engagements. Most notably, the KX-2 aircraft is reported to possess an impressive endurance of nearly 12 hours, enabling it to sustain prolonged flight profiles similar to long-range drone missions. During the Sentry South 26.1 drills, these KX-2 aircraft were deployed ahead of friendly units, simulating incoming threats from extreme distances before advancing US forces. This early launch strategy allowed the mock drones to replicate realistic long-range strike patterns, providing pilots with valuable training under near-combat conditions. In a major test of skill, US pilots were tasked with detecting and destroying the simulated targets entirely independently, without the support of traditional radar networks or ground-based assistance. Initial runs revealed how challenging these missions were, as pilots reportedly struggled to locate and maintain continuous tracking of the small, elusive KX-2 aircraft. Over time, however, aircrews adapted their approach, refining interception tactics and adjusting flight formations to better reflect how they would operate in real-world drone warfare scenarios. Notably, Iran has significantly ramped up the mass production of its widely used Shahed series drones, as reported by the defense analysis platform Defense Security Asia, raising global concern about its expanding unmanned warfare capabilities. According to the same report, Iran is believed to have built up a staggering stockpile of nearly 80,000 Shahed drones, a figure that, if confirmed, underscores its growing dominance in drone-based warfare. Military experts caution that such an enormous arsenal could shift future conflicts from limited precision strikes to full-scale industrial warfare, where drone swarms are used in relentless waves of attrition. Analysts emphasize that the most alarming factor is not just the size of the stockpile, but the reported tempo of production, an astounding rate of around 400 drones per day, suggesting an immense manufacturing capacity. With this level of output, Iran could sustain prolonged aerial campaigns without depleting its missile reserves, maintaining constant pressure on adversaries while conserving more expensive weapon systems. This sustained strike capability effectively gives Iran new tools for escalation control, enabling it to exert continuous coercive pressure while avoiding the immediate risks of a traditional missile exchange. The recent drone simulation drills held in Georgia by US forces came at a tense moment, as reports surfaced of real-world drone confrontations involving the aircraft carrier USS Abraham Lincoln. On February 3rd, a US fighter jet intercepted and shot down an Iranian drone that was attempting to approach the USS Abraham Lincoln, marking yet another flashpoint in an already volatile standoff. However, Iran's Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps, the IRGC, claimed the drone had been conducting a routine and lawful surveillance mission, according to the Iranian outlet Iran International. Before being destroyed, the Shahed drone reportedly transmitted critical reconnaissance data back to Iranian servers, suggesting that its mission objectives may have been successfully completed despite the interception. In a separate but equally concerning incident, A tense face-off was also reported between Iranian and US forces operating in the strategically vital Strait of Hormuz, a key choke point for global oil shipments. During this encounter, a US-flagged oil tanker was allegedly harassed by several small, fast-moving Iranian boats as it attempted to pass through the narrow waterway. Responding swiftly to the distress call, a nearby US naval destroyer intervened to protect the tanker and disperse the Iranian vessels, according to a statement later released by US Central Command. Despite facing a series of back-to-back security scares and rising regional tensions, Washington has made it clear that it will not cancel or even postpone the crucial nuclear negotiations with Iran. Although Turkey was originally chosen as the venue for the high-stakes diplomacy, reports suggest that Iran requested the location be shifted to Oman for reasons linked to neutrality and convenience. According to the outlet Axios, the Trump administration eventually agreed to hold the nuclear talks in Oman, where several key US Arab allies are now also expected to participate. In a strong warning meant to pressure Tehran, President Trump reportedly threatened to launch another operation, codenamed Midnight Hammer, if Iran decides to back out of the ongoing peace efforts.
On Iran, are the negotiations still happening this week?
Yeah.
Where will they be? And what do you need to hear from Iran?
They're all over, but they are negotiating. They'd like to do something, and we'll see if something is going to be done. They had a chance to do something a while ago, and it didn't work out, and we did Midnight Hammer. I don't think they want that happening again, but they would like to negotiate. We are negotiating with them right now, yes.
Mr. President.
Where will the meeting be? It seems like
I can't tell you that.
Mr. President.
There's more than one meeting. Yep.
While President Trump continues to publicly advocate for diplomacy and negotiation, speculation remains strong over whether Washington might still be preparing for a possible military strike on Iran. The United States has significantly boosted its military presence, deploying additional naval and air assets across the wider Middle East region near Iran in anticipation of any escalation. However, Iranian state media have released several conflicting reports regarding the precise movement and positioning of American warships in regional waters. Some Iranian outlets have even claimed that the U.S. carrier strike group is now operating close to Yemen's Gulf of Aden, sparking further uncertainty about Washington's true military intentions.